And we are live from Dacono, Colorado, home of the Colorado National Speedway, a former host to the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, and a current home to the ARCA Series West. We welcome everybody to PRN coverage from the Colorado National Speedway for today's running of the Menards 200, presented by, well, nobody. Well, let's take a look-see here at the current point situation coming into this race, and it is going to be Ryan Hill leading this with 255 points. Actually, it is the Joe Gibbs show, as all the Joe Gibbs cars are sitting within the top 5 in the point standings. Ryan Hill is your points leader, followed by last time's winner Miranda Nagayan, coming off that win from Kern County, I believe. No, I'm not sure. No, she didn't win at Kern County. She won at Indianapolis. I'm stupid. And then followed by Greg Ramirez, who has not finished outside the top 5 all season. He's hoping to add on to that today. Darren Claw, the Daytona winner, coming in 4th place with 215 points. And finally, Paul Rivera, who just signed a new sponsorship deal, is now coming in with 5th place, coming off his win at Kern County. Well, it sure is an incredible day for racing here from Dacono, Colorado. And we cannot wait to get this started here as their drivers today go around this little half mile in the middle of absolutely freaking nowhere. And that's not what you thank you ruined it. Okay. So with that, actually, no, we should probably stay in that camera view, to be honest with you. There's a nice look of the Rocky Mountains, by the way. This is Colorado. This is actually north of the Denver area, so it's an absolutely beautiful place in real life as well. And it's whenever ARCA West comes here, it's always a treat. There is your Dodge Charger pace car, but let's take a look at the thing that really matters, your starting lineup presented by Xfinity, the official timing sponsor of the Budweiser All-Star Series. Let's take a look at row 1 here as Ryan Hill comes in as he'll get a pole position here again. This time driving for the first time this season his Monster Energy Toyota Camry, based on the likes of drivers such as literally everyone driving the 54 or 18 car in ARCA, and of course Ty Gibbs. In 2nd place is the winner from last time out, Miranda Nagayan, coming off her Indianapolis win. She starts 2nd today. Let's see if she can carry on that momentum. In 3rd place will be Daytona winner Darren Claw, still looking for his 2nd win on the season. He's going to be starting alongside the number 1 of McClure. Do I seriously not have the freaking thing installed? 1 second, guys. I should have done this when I got in here. But I guess while we're on that side, I know his name. Paul Rivera starting in 5th place today. He rounds out our top 5. He'll be starting alongside Tracy Bennett, who is wearing a special sticker on his car for this race. Unfortunately, following the events that happened in Nigeria today with the church shooting, he is showing his support, as well as that entire 48 team. He'll be wearing the Nigerian flag on the back panel of his car. He starts in 6th place. In 7th place will be 5th place in the point standings. Greg Ramirez, hoping to get himself into a better spot in the point standings today. He starts in 6th place, or 7th place, sorry. 8th place is Brian Cox in the Paul Menards Chevrolet. He's going to be starting in 8th today, in front of the 72 of Alex McCumber, who has had some pretty decent starts recently. He'll be starting in 9th place. In 10th place will be the Bad Dragon Ford of Byron Martin. Did not have a very good race at Indianapolis. He is hoping to hopefully get a better finishing position today. He's starting in the 10th position. 11th place will be, wait, no. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay. And debuting a new paint scheme today is going to be the Bangladeshi driver Chaudhry Bhattacharya, as he's driving for, let me see what, he's apparently driving for DTH, which was for Akash DTH, which is a TV service in Bangladesh, sporting his new paint scheme and his new sponsor, starting alongside Nicholas Uffelman in the 12th position. In 13th will be Ohio native Rick Taylor, as he starts alongside Sheldon Gatineau with a new paint scheme. He'll be starting in 14th place. In 15th place will be the 77 car of Travis Creighton, starting alongside Drew Foster. And in a new sponsor this time out, the EA Sports Chevrolet of Ryan Apt, as Conway Racing finally nails a full-time sponsor, driving the Madden NFL 23 car, honoring Coach John Madden, who passed away in December. He'll be starting alongside Hayden Benning in the 57. Jesus Gonzalez getting one of his best starts of the season in that Telcel Camry as he starts alongside the 79 of Dennis Key. Carter Brown, with one of his best starts of the season, is still standing last in the standings with only 8 points to his name. He'll be starting alongside the 27 of James Garcia. The 67, the final Potter Racing Chevy of Michael Brewer, starting alongside the Coinbase 68 car of Daniel Van Heuvel, who also nailed a new sponsor, which will be hopefully unveiled at the Talladega race tomorrow, with a couple of new sponsors of his own. Sam Fitzgerald driving the Doug's Shootin' Sports Toyota Camry out of his hometown in Whateverville, Utah. I forgot the name of the town, but it is a local sponsor. Actually, all this on his car is local sponsors. He's got an Arctic Circle, he's got Hidden Peaks Coffee and Roasting Company, and Doug's Shootin' Sports on that car. Kind of looks like David Stremmy's scheme from 2013. He'll be starting alongside Jake Wild. And finally, rounding out the grid is the final Wild Family Racing car of Daniel Walker. He starts last. In fact, that entire Wild Racing cast is not in a very good starting place at all for this race here. Now, this race is going to be 70 laps long. It's going to be a slugfest for sure. It is a short track, but one thing you should know, pay attention to these lanes right here. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. These cars are going to try and go 4, maybe even 5 wide is what we'll see today. And it is guaranteed to be a very, very good race. But for now, let's head down to the track for the start of the race here. And here we are. These cars are ready to go. Leading us to the line is, hold on a freaking second. Our caution's on. Green flag's in the air. His caution's on. Okay, yellow flags are on because I'm just worried because they didn't start 2 by 2. But we already got one in the wall, so that's going to be interesting. Turning that down on my end. I don't know if it is too loud. Oh, we got contact! Oh, the 19 almost got sent around. That could have been bad for the number 19 Crypto.com Toyota. Oh, man, just barely avoids disaster there, and that's going to give Ryan Hill a chance to really pull away. And Greg Ramirez looking for his first win of the season. Also looking for his 4th, or 5th, actually, I don't know. What round is this? Round 4. His 4th consecutive top 5 of the season. Caution is out here. It looks like that might have been Ryan Apt getting scuffled up in the pack, and we also got damage to the 67, so we're going to have to pause here because this short track and this caution will go by pretty quickly. Just see how that happened. Doesn't look like anybody else really has damage to their car. It looks like it's just those 2. Or those 3, rather. It looks like Ryan Apt, number 72 of Alex McCumber. McCumber had a really good starting spot. What happened to him? And then the 67 looks like got involved too. That is Michael Brewer. So very tough luck for that Potter Racing Chevrolet. But let's take a look at what happened. I am very curious. 72 even has some side. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, I think I see what happened now. So let's go here. This is Alex McCumber. Oh, gets way too tight entering the corner. Ryan Apt also gets too tight, and that sends him up into the wall. Apt is going to get a little bit of a hit there into the corner. And caution comes out, and that is major damage to the side of that 45 car, as well as rear damage from getting rear-ended by the Michael Brewer machine. Michael Brewer's right up here. And just rear ends him. It looks like, oh, might have been damage between Tracy Bennett and I believe that was Jordan McClure as well. So let's go on board with the 67 of Brewer. That's the one I'm most interested in right now. Hold on. I need to actually get the settings up here. Hold on. The README settings, because I am terrible with remembering the keybinds for this camera app. Okay, sweet. Got that figured out. All right, now with that, let's go on board with Michael Brewer. And the caution just immediately comes out there, and that's just a horrible sight if you are Michael Brewer. But let's go on board now with Ryan Apt here. What the frick? I just want to go on board with Apt. Is that too much? Okay, let's go on board with that EA Sports Chevy. And you can just see, it got a little too tight going up into the corner. Let's go on board with the Alex McCumber machine. Alex McCumber just way too tight on entry going into the corner. We're going to take a look at this a little bit closer here. So he is pretty slow. This is played at about 1/9 speed here. Ryan Apt comes in, takes out the side of Alex McCumber. 67's right there on his bumper, nowhere to go. And that is just horrendous luck for that 67 car. Just had absolutely nowhere to go. The one, Jordan Floor. It's pretty lucky that he didn't get caught up in that accident. We're just going to have to see how the rest of the race goes for that 45. It doesn't look like he's got terminal damage to the car, at least. And Ryan Hill is not going to be allowed to pull out too far, it looks like. But we got problems with the... Whoa. So apparently Miranda Nagayan is having issues with her car. I kind of want to see. Let's go helicopter view here. Where is she? She's not even out on the track. She's apparently got some issues with the car. Oh, we got calamity on pit road here. A couple of cars running into the back. Oh, that's Byron Martin having issues on pit road. So that's not good. I don't know why the AI is not doing well on pit road, but that is hopefully not going to cause too many issues as the race goes on. This is a 70-lap race. We do have Daniel Van Heuly coming into pit road. Signed a sponsorship deal with the On Juno Banking Company. So he'll be on board with them for the rest of the season. Potentially, it is a multi-year deal, actually, so he'll be on there until Season 4. Granted, granted, if I have the motivation to continue this, but that probably will be the case. This is pretty fun to do. It's tiring, but it is fun to do. Pack a little bit bunched up toward the back here as we are still under yellow here. The lights are still on the pace car here, so we will be here for a couple more laps. Sam Fitzgerald is in the pit road right now. And I want to take a look at that back bumper. Or I want to take a look at that front bumper, sorry, of that 67 machine. And it looks a little scuffed up to me. I don't know exactly, I don't exactly know the full extent of how that is going to affect his car. But both Paul Menard racing cars are going to be a lap down here as we get ready to start here. We're going back green here, and we are back under green on lap number 9. It's going to be Ryan Hill pulling out in front of us. We got 4 lap cars. It's going to be a race to determine who's going to be where, and no fuel in the 47 car, so he's retired from the race. Drew Foster out of this race, and Ryan Apt is in the garage. We got one. We got contact. 1 car around. Tracy Bennett with a hard lick, and caution is out here again in Colorado. Hard lick for the 19 of Paul Rivera. Looks like Byron Martin got a bit of a hit there as well. Caution is out again here in Colorado. Tracy Bennett, severe damage to that 48 Family Dollar Chevy. And he was racing with that Nigerian flag sticker on his car. He was racing in honor of the 28, I believe, that were killed at that church in Nigeria today. And that car going straight to the garage, probably. And another retirement in this race, the 4 of Rick Taylor also out of the race. Sam Fitzgerald has some damage to his car. We got people coming down pit road. So while they're on pit road, let's take a look at what happened here. That was just a dangerous wreck. I saw the 19 get turned, so I want to see what happened from Rivera's point of view. Okay, this is it right here. So this is off the restart. I wonder if Ramirez didn't go into the wall. Oh, the 19 probably got tight. Yep, the 19 got tight, hit the wall, took out Darren Claw. And that's where the damage came in to Tracy Bennett. Just completely rear-ended him right there. And that 19 car is destroyed. The caution comes out. See what happened again to Tracy Bennett. Let's go from another camera view. Or actually, no, to Darren. No, not. I don't want to look at Martin. I want to take a look at what happened to Sam Fitzgerald. Did he just get damage from that last accident? Yes, he did, I guess. He avoided that wreck. It's spectacular. To Chudhuri Bhattacharya also got out of that pretty easily. Bhattacharya got very, very lucky the 19 didn't take him out as well, or Darren Claw didn't take him out. I want to kind of go on the helicopter view just to see how this all... The 19 goes into the wall, Darren Claw taken out, and then Tracy Bennett just gets the hit of a lifetime. He's probably going to be a little bit confused after that little scuffle there. Oh my lord, Tracy Bennett, hard hit. Let's go on board with Bennett while we have time. And he's very lucky that the engine doesn't look like it's smoking, so maybe he is okay. Let's go on board with Darren Claw. I'm gonna go on board with Chudhuri Bhattacharya. Why didn't I just do that to begin with? So we're gonna go straight from the restart. And finally, let's go on board the big man himself. Let's go on board with Paul Rivera. This is off the restart. And it looked like the 4 got involved in that accident that may have forced his retirement. Let's take a look at his perspective here. Let's put it back on the backstretch here. This is off the restart. You're on board with Rick Taylor. And as you can see here, we are clearly done with that. Let's go back to Ryan Hill. Looks like they're on pit road as we speak. So let's just take a look at the pit stops here coming from pit road. And, ooh, Darren Claw almost got taken out by one of the new era drivers. Or new age drivers, sorry. I don't know. I mean, it's do you come in or do you just bite the bullet? Miranda Nagayan is still not on the racetrack. I think she's just having issues with the car. She is currently 27th. We don't have any further retirements right now. However, that is subject to change. Right now, Byron Martin is 4 laps down. However, he might be able to get past that 4 car in the stands. We do have a retirement. Tracy Bennett is out of the race. So very sad outcome for Bennett. He started this race 6th. And look who's in the lead. Oh, no, never mind. That's not the leader. At least I don't think that's the leader. But Hayden Benning is your current leader. So that is very surprising. Right now, this caution has just shaken up the order a massive amount. 72 is a lap down, I believe. So that is... I think he's just leading the pack to yellow. Lights are off the pace car. Hayden Benning is your leader. That 72 is a lap car. And those drivers will drop down to the bottom here. And the leaders that just pitted are now a lap down. That 72 is just refusing to drop. I don't know why he's not going to the bottom. But Carter Brown, we can see Byron Martin, the 19, is down a lap as well. The leaders pretty much have been taken out of this race, but we are back under green here regardless. And the 57 Hayden Benning might get held up. It's 3 wide going into turn 1 in a caution-filled race thus far. This is the most cautions we've had all season. And the 57 riding the very high line here. And 4 wide going into turn 1. What did I tell you? He's got to try and block from Jordan McClure. This is actually Jordan McClure's right there. He's your leader right now, surrounded by lap cars. Those cars should be on the lead, but they are not because of accidents or pit stops. But this is pretty much a crapshoot as to who's going to win now. This is, oh no, McClure's into the wall, McClure's into the wall, McClure's into the wall. So now I can't even tell who's in the lead anymore. The 77 was the last one on the lead lap there at that very moment, and it shows right now he's in the first place position. But I don't know. These lap cars are kind of making it difficult for me to call who's in the lead right now. But I think that is the 77 in the lead right now. The 57, sorry, he's still in the lead. I'm very sorry for miscalling that. I thought that he got swallowed up by the pack, but it looks like the lap cars kept the 77 of Travis Creighton and the 20 of Greg Mears. And, babe, we got another caution here. What happened this time? Oh, no. It looks like it might be the... Well, he's not retired. So, I don't know. I don't know who this is. Let's take a look. I don't know who it could possibly be. Oh, it's Jake Wild. Go figure. Yeah, like, that's surprising at all. Let's take a look at what happened to him. Looks like he had a bit of a spin. Well, I don't think he spun on his lonesome. Let's see what happens. Oh my, that was a hard hit. Jake Wild. Ooh. Wild got way too tight coming out of the corner, and now I'm pretty sure he's out of the race. Let's take a look at that again from another camera view. Wild got way too tight. You see, he was on the high side the entire time. And wait, that was a horrible camera angle. I do apologize. The helicopter view might actually be better. Or actually, the spectator review might actually... I never even thought about that. And, oh my god, just a hard... That looks very similar to Denny Hamlin's wreck at Watkins Glen that one year. Like, that was 10 years ago, but it was still... He hit the entrance of pit road pretty hard. We're going to go on board with him. Let's... Shield your eyes, children, because this is going to be gnarly. And you can hear the engine just quit. You can hear the engine just quit. He is out of this race. So we're going to get back underway. Hayden Benning is still your leader. That is very surprising to see the Potter Racing entries up front, but I guess in a race like what we're seeing today, it's, guess shouldn't be too surprising. We do have pit stops now. So I think Jake Wild is going to get his first DNF of the season. He has been involved in multiple accidents this year, and it's kind of surprising he hasn't been out of races sooner. That's going to give Greg Ramirez the lead, so Joe Gibbs Racing still does have a couple competitive cars. Brandon Nagayan is out of the race effectively. And obviously the 19 has suffered catastrophic damage to his car. Actually, he's still in 6th place. Let's see where he's at. He's right there. You can see their whole rear end is just completely banged up on that car. It's going to be very difficult for him to get back in this race, but Greg Ramirez looking for his first win of the season. This would also be his 3rd top 3 of the season. Looking for his 4th top 5 of the season. He has not finished outside the top 5 all season. And if he continues to be that consistent, he might just snap the championship without potentially getting a win. But if he does get a win here today, that should really help his chances. So let's see if we have any more. Yep, Wild has retired from the race. Byron Martin is 4 laps down, so he's currently not in the best position right now. Martin has just not had a good day. It seems like every time he hops in the bad Dragon Ford Fusion, he's been having horrendous luck. It's just, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if that sponsor just has a curse or if it's just the fact that NR 2003 is pushing back for me putting a meme sponsor on the car. We should be, yep, we're going to be going green next time by as the cars bunch up. Greg Ramirez followed by Travis Creighton and Darren Claw looking for his 2nd win of the season. He is currently held back into 3rd place. We're going to go on board for this restart. Green, green, green. Oh, we saw Greg Ramirez get up on the wall just a little bit there. This could be oh, the 57 of Hayden Benning into the wall. That could be very disastrous here. 4 wide here in the front of the pack. And we could see yet another yellow. We do have Jesus Gonzalez coming into the pits right now. So that's not very good. The 47 retired because of no fuel. So I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Either the fuel tank got bashed in on that wreck or something must have happened. Chadori Bhattacharya really keeping Hayden Benning, or sorry, Brewer currently up into the wall there a little bit. Bhattacharya to the back of the 67. Hoping nobody gets into the wall here. And something happened to that 79 car because he's got severe left side damage. He's into the right side of the wall now. This time he's going to lose a ton of speed coming out of turn 1. Oh, we got another one. He is hard into the wall. Caution is not out, though. He's in the pit road, so I think that's why we were staying green. Oh, I thought somebody wrecked there for a moment because I saw that Weeble car, that 71 of Sheldon Gatineau just dove down. I thought he was going to get wrecked for sure. We have smoke, but we do not have a yellow. Chadori Bhattacharya a little too tight coming out of turn 4 here. Lap 31. We are very close to the halfway bonus. Greg Ramirez doing a solid job holding on to the lead in this race. And we have the 79 coming into pit road here. He might retire here. Greg Ramirez holding off his teammate in the 19. Now, keep in mind, Paul Rivera got involved in an accident early in the race. He's currently up in the second place. We got a caution. We got another yellow out. Let's see what it's for. I, for the life of me, don't know who could have brought it out. I don't see anybody with damage. I think it's a 71, actually. Yep, 71 has some front-end damage. You know what that means. Let's see if he brought it out. Yeah, he did. He spun. Okay, so let's take a look. This is the 4th caution of the race here. Oh, Gatineau got a little... Oh, hard hit into the wall. Remember, there's no safer barriers at this racetrack, so it looks like a minor wreck, but that probably felt like he got hit by a car. Sheldon Gatineau with a brand new paint scheme, mind you. Weeble decided to up the ante on their paint scheme designs, and he is already tearing up that brand new paint scheme. And that Weeble Toyota brings out our 4th caution of the day. By far the most we've had this season. It looks like he just tagged the wall. And Sam Fitzgerald tries not to run into him. Byron Martin, already with damage to his car, does not want to make things worse. So if he doesn't retire, I'll be surprised. There's a chance he could potentially stay in the race, but I highly doubt it. I honestly don't know if he's going to stay in this race. I mean, he did only tag the fender, but NR 2003 likes to destroy cars and make anything look fatal. Let's go on board with Gatineau, considering he's the only one that was involved in the wreck. And that's been the issue all day. Cars just getting tight out of that specific corner. Because turn 4 and turn 1 is where most of our wrecks have been today, with the exception of Jake Wild wrecking out at turn 2. Let's go on board with the car, but let's go on board with Hayden Benning. Oh. Yeah, you can see he almost got tagged there. That could have been horrendous for him. And your leader is still Greg Ramirez, whether anyone in the field likes it or not. And this is caution number 4 here in Colorado. Well, we all know how people from Colorado like to get stoned as fuck, but this is this whole race seems like it's been on drugs, considering the fact we've got cars just wrecking coming out of turn 4. We had Jake Wild just completely lose it coming out of 2 and just smack the wall. In real life, that'd probably send you to the hospital if this was like 10 years ago. Or not 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Lights are not off the pace car yet. That is a very slick-looking slick-looking pace car painted by the guys that made this mod back in 2012, 2013. And the man back in second place has to get past 2 lap cars if they don't drop to the bottom here. Lights are not off the pace car quite yet. Is there anybody on pit road? No, there isn't. So we should be clear to go here in about a lap or so. And it has just been a hectic race here today. We do not have any further retirements. In fact, he is still out there. He's still doing pretty good. He's got... Well, let's just see if he can manage a pretty good speed, though. We have seen 19 is keeping pace, so I guess if he can keep pace, so can Gatineau, but I kind of have my doubts whether or not that 19 is going to remain competitive. Hayden Benning, though, is still in a good... What happened to him, though? He's damaged. I know he got into the wall, or that's not, sorry, that is Martin. Anyway, green flag back in the air as 20 leads us to the green. 72 gets a little tight in the corner here. That's been the theme all race. Pretty much. Oh, shoot. I didn't get the halfway bonus, but I do think it was Greg Ramirez, so it doesn't matter. 3 wide here. One of them's a lap car. Jordan McClure looking to the inside. He got involved in a wreck earlier, but he's got no damage. That number 1 car looks like it just got off the hauler. And he's trying to get as much ground as he can here until the next caution inevitably comes out. Darren Claw with a massive dive bomb under Sam Fitzgerald. We got no retirement still. And that number 4 car, for some reason, or that number 2 car is still kicking for some reason. And that is the car that just refuses to die. That Bad Dragon Ford currently sitting in a very bad position. In fact, he's currently sitting in 21st position, battling for 20th. But he's still refusing to die. He's still out there on the track. That front actually the car looks like it's in better shape than it was. And Greg Ramirez currently out front, and doesn't look like anything's really gonna get that 18 to the front. That is, or sorry, that one. Sorry, I'm not used to seeing McClure up in the top 3, but that's Jordan McClure, the 36-year-old, or 38-year-old. I can't remember what age I gave him on the website. Nonetheless, the driver from Breckenridge, Texas, is currently battling up to the front. He's in 2nd place. He's got to get past those 2 lap cars and then make up a 2-second deficit to get to the 20 car. And he's got to do that in the next 15 laps or so. I don't know how realistic that's going to be, considering that everyone's keeping it clean thus far. Looks like all the... Oh, never mind. As soon as I say that, Hayden Benning is around, and he's going to come back up the traffic. Chaduri Bhattacharya with a hard hit into the 57. And the caution is out, and it's for Hayden Benning. Spun around by Chaduri Bhattacharya, and that is the 5th caution of the day. A very chaotic race here in Dacono. Obviously, you know we got to get a replay on that one. Bhattacharya looks like he just had enough of dealing with the 57. Let's take a look here. Banning was not tight at all. It looks like Bhattacharya did not... Oh, looks like he just got a little upset with the 57. I don't know what would have happened. Oh, it looks like it just ended up biting him back anyway. So Bhattacharya spins the 57 coming out of turn 1, and it does, or turn 4, and it doesn't pay out the way he would hoped. But now they say revenge is best served cold. Well, obviously it was cold enough to give Bhattacharya salmonella on that one. Oh, hard hit. And Benning's just been tossed around. I don't think Bhattacharya actually sustained any damage. Well, his car still looks pretty good. That Wood Brothers 21 is still in good shape, so let's go on board with Chaduri Bhattacharya. Just go on board. It didn't take... To be fair, these guys kept it green for a solid amount of time. Let's go on board with Bhattacharya. That still makes me cringe to see that. See that from Chaduri's perspective. Let's go on board with the 57 car, Hayden Benning. I'm kind of curious what Sam Fitzgerald saw there, so let's go on board with him as soon as we can. You're on board with Fitzgerald. You're on board. You'll be on board with Byron Martin here. As soon as I can Get a somewhat decent perspective. Okay, so this is them on the backstretch. I think this is where he wrecks him. Oh, you can see he got into Jesus Gonzalez a little bit there. So him and Gonzalez had a little bit of contact. Alright, I think this is the lap where he gets wrecked. Oh. Oh, man. Talk about threading the needle. As Byron Martin almost falls victim to Bhattacharya's little temper tantrum. Honestly, I don't think Bhattacharya really did that on purpose. I think that was just a case of him getting a little too tight into the... You probably got a little too tight into the corner, but... Either way, that's still not good. So caution is out. I don't think this is going to take anyone out of the race. If it probably will take Benning out of the race. I don't know. He doesn't look like he's really got enough damage to justify going to the garage, but Bhattacharya escapes pretty clean despite getting a head-on collision. Even though they weren't really exactly going full speed, it was still a pretty hard collision between Bhattacharya and Benning. And that Akash DTH car looking pretty good rolling off the hauler, making its first appearance as the team's sponsor. What's going on here? Are they looking to bunch up here shortly? I don't see anybody going into pit road, but I wonder if all these cautions are messing up fuel strategy for a lot of these drivers. So they're not going to be going green this time by, or next time by. Its lights are still on the pace car. And it is a packed house here at Colorado National Speedway here in Dacono, just north of Denver. And that is the beautiful Rocky Mountains you're seeing there coming off of turn 4. The track plays host to the ARCA Menards West Series. Actually, I don't wonder if the ARCA Menards Series itself comes here. So a lap down, we have the 33, 72, 27, 85, 67. Currently not in a good way. That's a lot of... More cars are a lap down than are on the lead lap. But green flag back in the air. McClure going to take it 4 wide going through turn 1. This is not going to end well. I did not like that one bit. And I felt myself clench up as soon as they went. But all these... Look at all the Joe Gibbs cars. We might have a wreck in the back. No, we don't. I could have sworn somebody got tight coming off the corner. But look at Brian Cox moving away from the field. He's a lap car. His teammate Garcia back in the field. And McClure, currently your race leader. He's up into the wall just a little bit here. And here comes the 19. He's hungry. Oh, almost gets a bumper to him. And 3 wide coming out of the corner. We got one around. It's Ramirez. And he wrecks in front of the field. Hard hit with Jesus Gonzalez. Caution is out again here in Colorado. It's the 6th one of the day. They're going to race back to the line. And here comes Darren Claw. Claw looking side by side to the line. It's going to be McClure leading him back to the yellow. Or sorry, no. Sorry, that was a battle for second. That's my mistake. The 19 of Greg Ramirez will lead him back to the yellow. And Greg Ramirez has had such a good day. Sorry, did I say Greg Ramirez on the 19? I meant Paul Rivera. But Greg Ramirez had such a good day. I might stop doing this for spins, but honestly, we need to take a look at what happened. We need to take a look at what happened. So let's take a look. This is the spin with Greg Ramirez. Oh, we got turned by the 18. Oh. Oh, and here comes Jesus Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets some damage to the front end of his car. It looks like the 18 just dumped him. And it seems like that's a bit of a characteristic of the 18 car in multiple motorsports. Or at least motorsports that involve stock cars, that is. Well, let's go on board with the 18 to see what his thought process was, because clearly he was not thinking straight coming out of that corner. And I bet Ramirez is going to have some choice words to say with Hill after that wreck. Let's go on board with Darren Claw. And you can see just came back up in front of the field. Looks like Ramirez didn't have much control of his car. I don't want to take a look at Rivera. I want to take a look at Greg Ramirez. I think he just got dumped. Like, there's no doubt about it. Let's go on board with Greg Ramirez. Oh. And what's worse about that accident is he didn't just take out the 20. He almost took out Darren Claw as well. So, I wouldn't be surprised if these two have a bit of animosity heading into the round at Talladega. Talladega is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can catch that on PRN. Whether or not these drivers will take out their frustrations on one another there is to be determined. But Jesus Gonzalez gets his first DNF of the season. He's going to finish this race 21st. And I don't know if the 71 is out of the race or not, but that's to be determined. Sheldon Gatineau is 4 laps down. He's missing his hood. He's missing his hood. That tells you something. So that 71 might not be too competitive. White's still on the pace car here. We're coming to about 13 laps to go. And looks like Gonzalez is the only one that retired out of that wreck. And a very banged up 19 car. That belongs to the Joe Gibbs driver Paul Rivera. He's looking for his second win of the season, and he is not going down without a fight. He is leading this race despite pretty much missing his quarter panel. His quarter panel is hanging on by a string. His rear panel is also hanging on by a string. His entire rear end is just completely bashed in. That right side is also looking like it's about to cave in as well. Just look at that 19 car. He'll be if he wins this race, that's probably going to be the most miraculous win I've ever seen on this game. But those lap cars are the cars that I'm concerned about. Let's go. Green flag back in the air. Hopefully this is going to be the last restart. Green flag back in the air here in Colorado. The 1 to the back bumper of the 19. This is short track racing at its finest. He's going to take out the 19. Caution is out. And sends the 72 almost airborne. Collects 2 of the new age drivers. And what the hell was that? We got another wreck. Greg Ramirez hard hit. Got spun by Fitzgerald, and then 19 comes in with a finishing blow. I think he was just taking out his frustration at that point. But the caution is out again. The 7th caution of the race. This is looking more like the caution count of a modified series race than it is a ARCA style race. But Darren Claw, what the hell are you doing, buddy? Let's go back and take a look at that. Wrecked from the lead. Where have I seen that before? They didn't even make it to the backstretch without wrecking. That kind of shows you. But let's take a look. This is the green flag. This is the restart. The 19 kind of riding the wall. I don't know. Did the 19 just come down a little too late? Or did the 1 just intentionally wreck? He took out the 2, the 72, and the 71. Sheldon Gatineau was already having issues with his car before that. And then just comes in and cleans out Greg Ramirez. I don't know if he just didn't see him or if Ramirez just came down a little too fast there. Or if the 19 was just trying to get back into the pack and just wasn't thinking about it. So we have 2 wrecks to look at. And I want to take a look at what the 1 was thinking. Clearly he wasn't thinking with his head, but this is the helicopter view. And I think the 1 was just committed. Just didn't... I don't think that was an intentional wreck at all. I think he was just... Let's take a look. No, the 19, you can see he's starting to come down. I think that was just... I think the 19 was just coming down way too early, and the 1 got... Maybe the 1 got tight. The 1 doesn't look like he's switching lanes here at all. The 19 is coming down. Which... I guess it makes sense considering Darren Claw and Ryan Hill are there, but he's just trying to defend his position. I think he just came down way too late. Comes down way too late, and then take a look at this. Boom, right into Byron Martin. 79 is able to get through. That's Darren Key. Sorry, 72 is also around, and bam, there goes Sheldon Gatineau. Let's go on board with the number 1 car of McClure. We're gonna go straight. We're gonna take a look just straight from the restart. So this is the restart. I'm still going to contend that he did not do that intentionally. I think that was just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And, well, obviously sometimes it just doesn't go the way you expect it to. But let's take a look at the 19 view here. Let's see what he saw. And then we're going to take a look at Darren Claw's perspective. Once again, we're going to view this from the restart. You are on board with the 19 car. Yeah, it just didn't... Looks like he was just... Looks like he just went down the block a little too late there. Sometimes that happens. So it looks like all Joe Gibbs drivers, except for I believe Ryan Hill. Actually, no, Ryan Hill was involved in an accident, but looks like all the Joe Gibbs cars have been involved in an incident this race. So that's not looking good on the JGR program. What the hell am I doing? We're going to go on board with Darren Claw from the restart. Okay, obviously that's not a very good camera view. And then we can see what happened with Fitzgerald back there, too. Fitzgerald got taken out by Chahudi Bhattacharya. That's like the 3rd person he's taken out today. We're going to go on board here with... we're going to go on board with one of the cars that was wrecked. But hold on a second. We're going to go on board with Sheldon Gatineau. This time we're not really going to go from the restart. We're going to go from here. I think this is a good spot. He just did not have time to react. I didn't even see the 19 spin from this camera view. Yeah, you could barely see it, and if you were him, you'd probably assume that smoke just came from the 2 car. 2 runs into the 19, 72 runs into the 2, and then the 71 runs into the 72. So that's just... He did not have any time to react at all. Let's go on board with Alex McCumber. Serious question. How many wrecks today has that 79 of Dennis Key avoided today? Because he's just been completely lucky today. We're gonna go on one more onboard perspective, and then we're gonna take a look at what happened with Sam Fitzgerald. We're not gonna go on board, but we are going to just quickly see what happened. We're on board with Byron Martin. Head-on collision. So I just want to see what happened with Sam Fitzgerald here very quickly. Because the 19 would end up running into the 20. So what happened to Sam Fitzgerald? The 20 does get involved in 2 accidents in a row here, which is not very good. And just as I had suspected, it had something to do with Chadhudri Bhattacharya. Oh, nope. Chadhudri was up under the wall, and the 10 got tight. That was not Bhattacharya's fault at all. Ooh, and then the 19 runs into the 20. But how did the... I want to see again how the 20... Oh, the 20 ran into the back of the 21. And Bhattacharya almost got taken out, almost got cleaned out by Garcia. So that could have been bad. So how many drivers will this take out of contention? Nobody knows. Jordan McClure, Darren Claw. And the 5... Ooh, that's going to be interesting, seeing him get his first top 5. Nicholas Uffelman is up in the top 3, followed by Garcia is up into the top 5, and then Ryan Hill, your pole sitter, despite the chaos, has managed to come away with a pretty clean car. It looks like it just rolled off the hauler. The car does not look that bad in shape at all. Most of these drivers have been involved in at least one accident. The only ones I can think of that haven't been involved in accidents today are Daniel Van Hewley and Carter Brown. Nicholas Uffelman has also managed to stay out of trouble today, so there's also that. We have not mentioned Uffelman all night. And that's probably for a good reason, because most of the drivers we mentioned tonight have been involved in accidents. We've barely been able to get a green flag run going. So it's Jordan McClure, Darren Claw, and the 5 of Nicholas Uffelman. That is your top 3 here in the Menards 200. And James Garcia, the only Menards car currently up in the top 5 here in a Menards sponsored race. So we have cars that are a lap down. Unfortunately, we do have a retirement. That is the 72 of Sheldon Gatton, of Alex McCumber. He's out of this race. Sheldon Gatineau is still in the race, but he is 4 laps down. And we are back racing. Green flag in the air here in Colorado. 5 laps to go. Can we keep it green? We got a caution. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. It's the 2. Oh, no. Oh, it is Byron Martin. I think that was the point of no return. If you don't know what the point of no return is, unless I can add laps. Hold on. I might be able to add laps here. Hold on. Uh, I'm going to try something, and if it doesn't work... You know, I didn't expect it to work, but that's okay. So Byron Martin is pretty much out of this one. I think this race is over, honestly, because the pace lights are not off, and it's like 2 laps to go. So this might be the end of the race. But before they cross the checkered flag, let's take a look at what happens to that Bad Dragon Ford. So he is out of this race. That's pretty sad to see. Wreck happened on lap 63, right? Yeah, I think that's just the saddest thing. He's had such a tough race today. Oh, he suffered the same fate as Jake Wild did. Oh. Rode the wall. Hard lick into the wall there. He's just... That looked painful. We're going to go on board with him and then call it a day. Oh, yeah, just goes up into the wall. Boom. Comes to a stop. Just a sad, sad day for him. Oh, he's not out of the race, but he is uncompetitive. And here we are on lap 70, Jordan McClure leading us to the yellow and checkered flags. And for the very first time here in the Budweiser All-Star Series from Breckenridge, Texas, Jordan McClure is a winner in the Budweiser All-Star Series at Colorado. Followed by Darren Claw and Ryan Hill. And that is exactly what he wanted to see. So in a caution-filled race, we had 8 cautions here today, the most that I personally ever seen in a race here in any of these broadcasts that I've done. And oh my God. Here are the official standings here. In a wreck fest of a race, I'm going to open this up and see the official count. Let's see here. So this race had 8 cautions, which totaled for 39 laps. 7 lead changes. No penalties, so that's good. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at your finishing order here, presented by Xfinity. And what a race it's been. As Jordan McClure gets his first win as he wins under caution here at Colorado National Speedway. Followed by Darren Claw getting yet another top 3 this season. And Ryan Hill rounds out the top 3, your points leader. Probably going to extend his points lead here. Nicholas Offelman gets his highest finish of the season, followed by James Garcia, who also gets his highest finish this season, and finally ends up beating Brian Cox here in the Menards 200. After that, the rest of your top 10 is Chudhuri Bhattacharya, Paul Rivera, Travis Creighton, and Daniel Walker. Daniel Walker getting his highest finish this season, and the only Wild Family Racing car to finish. And I'm pretty sure getting Wild Family Racing's first top 10 as well. Greg Ramirez, Daniel Van Heuly, and Carter Brown finish on the lead lap. Carter Brown getting his highest finish of the season in 13th, and his first time on the lead lap. Michael Brewer, Dennis Key, Hayden Benning, Michael Brewer, Dennis Key, and Hayden Benning finish 1 lap down. Sam Fitzgerald finishes 17th, 2 laps down. Sheldon Gatineau finishes 4 laps down. And Byron Martin does finish the race, surprisingly, 5 laps down. Unfortunately, Alex McCumber, Jesus Gonzalez, Jake Wild, Tracy Bennett, Rick Taylor, Ryan Apt, Daniel Foster, and Miranda Nagayan did not finish the race. Nagayan didn't even start the race because of issues with her car. And a lot of these guys were tired due to accidents. I don't know what happened to Drew Foster, though. I think it says no fuel, so I'm thinking either a gas line ruptured in his car or something happened. But either way, that does it for today's action here from the Budweiser All-Star Series. Tomorrow we are going to none other than the Talladega Super Speedway, the fastest track in the South, and it's going to be interesting. We hope you join us for that race tomorrow. This with the Prodigy Racing Network and the Budweiser All-Star Series. This is your head commentator, Nicholas Koskinen. We'll see you tomorrow at Talladega for the Spectrum Business 300.